FXPassion, broadcasting you live on YouTube, and this is Forex trading course 101, and we are in the Forex trading week, day 2. Remember the three pillars. We're trying to implement what we have learned so far in the live market. We're trying to build a strategy and or a system. We are trying to understand how risk management works, and we are trying to understand how the psychology, hello Miguel, how the psychology part works. Also remember that we are ending the basic and the beginner module, so starting from next week I think we are going to jump into the intermediate module. And remember, I have a 20 seconds delay on the chat. Remember, 90% of traders lose money in the Forex market worldwide, and the webinars are not trading and or investment advice. The webinars are for educational purposes only. And for homeworks and or questions, you have my Gmail contact, my Skype contact, and my LinkedIn contact. Hello Silas, how are you? That being said, we have two requests. You send me an email. Can you please analyze USD CAD, and can you please analyze GBP NZD? Right, so we are going to start with the GBP NZD, and then we are going to check USD CAD, okay? GBP NZD, this is the monthly chart. Right? So we have the lower band. Let's color code this in red. We have the upper band. There you go. So remember, the Brexit is not over, so the GBP pairs are risky, okay? But if we want to trade what we see, just technically speaking, hello Annie. Just technically speaking, we should be long on this pair, okay? Now, trade what you see. Well, we can see, right? What can we see? Oh, let me do this first here. What can we see? Well, we can see extension, retracement, extension. So this is the first one. And let's color code this in black and stroke like this, okay? And then on the smaller scale, what can we see? We have a confirmed channel, okay? We have a confirmed channel, and let's color code this in violet, something like this, clone, and this is the channel. And it's confirmed, everybody, because it touched this to this to this. So short term, right? Remember, these webinars are not trading or investment advice. Short term, you can go short, but if you want to enter high technical probability, then you should go long. And remember, everybody, the Brexit, it's not over yet, so we are talking about just technical stuff here, about technicals, okay? So higher probability is going to be the long trade. Still, you can go short because we are in a confirmed sideways channel. Nonetheless, remember that the Brexit is not over, so all the GBP pairs, okay, are fundamentally risky. This is the monthly chart. Let's go back on the weekly. The picture is going to be more or less the same. Let's wait for the market there you go. So as you can see, we have from the weekly, we have what is this, everybody? What is this? Let's see if we have a counter trendline break. No, not yet. We don't have a counter trendline break. Not yet, but what is this? Is this a bearish candlestick formation from the weekly? And remember, the weekly is going to dictate price movement and market direction on the daily, 2 hour, 1 hour, 5-minute chart, 15-minute chart. Okay, so this is the, yes, I have a 20 seconds delay on the chat. Yes, hello Victor, this is a bearish candle. Yes sir. So if you want, you can short this. Now we are going to jump from the weekly to the daily, and let's see if the short term counter trend line, right, the more aggressive one. So the market already broke the more aggressive one, right? So the first entry, I'm going to delete the big circle. The first entry was here, and now looks like the second entry is going to happen. Dark cloud cover, yes sir, yes ma'am. So if and when the market is going to break this counter trend line, okay, the small one, you can go short. Or if you want to be more secure, technically speaking, you can wait for the market to break the lower low, to break the long-term counter trend line break, counter trend line, wait for the next retracement and enter. Okay, so the first entry happened. Maybe, we don't know because we don't have the crystal ball, maybe the second entry is going to happen, and if this sideways movement is going to continue, the third entry is going to happen. Okay, simple structure, simple short-term trades, nothing special. We learned all of this, right? Any questions about GBP and NZD, everybody? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. I have a question for you. Should you go long up in here? Should you go long up in here? Should you go long up in here? Because you could see, everybody, hello MHB, if you don't, there is a learning curve. There is a learning curve attached to the spatial intelligence, everybody. Meaning you are going to need some time to spatially see the sideways movement, the sideways channel, the market structure. Okay? And if you didn't spot the sideways movement or structure, if you are going long up in here, passion, but the market is making higher highs, higher lows, right? And the market broke the counter trend line. So if you have a different vision, everybody, you would enter long in here, right? And this long trade, this reversal, happened to be at past support back in time. So you need to be careful. Okay? No, okay, let's clarify. There is no right or wrong because we don't have the crystal ball. Okay? But if you are going long up in here, you are taking a high technical risk. Because all of the rules, you are entering when the train has left the station, right? You are entering at resistance of the sideways movement. Okay, new perspective. Now we analyze again. Yes, that's why I'm thinking. Okay, passion, can I go long? Yes, absolutely, but bear in mind that most likely, trade what you see, most likely the market is going to fall. Okay, so, and again, if you want a higher degree of self-esteem, okay, wait for the market to break this long-term uptrend line, wait for the next retracement and enter then. Okay, yes, you're right, and this until this point in time is pure speculation. Yes sir. Okay, For those who are on YouTube YouTube, I have another platform that I'm streaming, so maybe sometimes you are not going to see the conversation and the comments, but on the other platform somebody says, well, it's pure speculation. Yes, it is. It's pure speculation until right now. But if you want to calculate how many reasons you have to sell and how many reasons you have to buy, okay, you have more reasons to sell, technically speaking, right? And one of the big ones is this sideways channel. Okay, everybody, any questions about GBP NZD? If not, we are going to move on the USD CAD. Okay, no questions. Let's move on. USD CAD. USD CAD. USD CAD. USD CAD monthly chart first. What about metals like gold, upper and lower band on monthly basis? Who control them? Gold is a different kind of asset, MHB, and you don't have the same bands as on currencies. Okay, the upper and the lower band is a specific of currency pairs, not stocks, not bonds, no ETFs, no cryptocurrencies, MHB. Okay, so be careful. Okay, nobody controls the bands of the gold. I mean, it's pure offer and demand, right? I hope my English is correct. Okay, everybody, Forex trading week. Some of you send me an email, oh Passion, I have difficulties on Euro New Zealand, Euro CAD, AUD NZD, or AUD CAD, USD CAD. Okay, what is the most important metric in a system and in our strategy? I entered short in here. Look here, this morning I entered short in here just to show you. See, short, and I'm losing right now because the market went down and it's going up against me. Okay, yes, you are always correct. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I also have losing trades. No, I'm not always correct. No, I'm not. Everybody, those of you who send me the email, oh Passion, I have a difficult week, or I have difficulties on this pair and I don't know what to do. What is the most important factor? If you want to use another, what is the most important indicator? What is the most important metric? That if you don't know, you are going to lose either way. $1 million question. Passion, why do you say always $1 million question? Because if you don't know, if you don't understand this, you are never going to get there. This is the why. There is no point saying, oh, $1 question, you know. Nobody cares about $1, but it's a €1 million question, $1 million question. When you get profitable, the doors will open. Investors are going to throw you money. Hedge funds are going to contact you. Maybe you are going to open your own hedge firm, your own hedge fund, you know. There is one absolute metric, statistically speaking, that is the reason why 90%, there are many reasons, but there is one reason why 90% of traders fail. We talked about this already. Who remembers? Okay, the GBP, you analyze the market. If you don't understand this metric, this factor, this element, if you want another word, okay, what is this? Is the take profit? Is the Passion? Can you please check Canada JPY short? Yes. First USD CAD. Okay, we're not going to waste any more time. The stop loss. is the answer. The stop loss. The psychological period is the most. Yes, Silas, you're correct. And in the end, I'm going to show you a book that you can buy if you want on psychology of trading. Okay, at the end of the webinar, because some of you are asking, oh, what about psychology? Yes, you're right. But technically speaking, trading wise, the stop loss is the most important factor, element. Okay, if you don't know where and how and when to put your stop loss, okay, you aren't going to make it. I can promise you that. Yeah, I know you have different books and different teachers and different programs all around the world. Okay, because of risk control, not just this MHB, like in here, this is the market, right? USD CAD is short term. Those are not the bands, correct bands. Okay, if you don't know where to put your stop, everybody, retracement, extension, retracement, is this the correct stop up in here? Is this the correct stop loss level? Okay, is this the correct stop loss level? And short-term USD CAD, remember on Friday we have the non-farm payroll event. Maybe the short-term view is going to change. It could change. We don't know this, we don't have the crystal ball. Okay, no, yes sir, this is the correct stop loss level. Okay, now let's go to, let's analyze. Okay, let's analyze first. So this is USD CAD, this is the lower band, and I'm missing data on the Forex platform, so I'm going to open trading view. Let's wait. Trading view, and let's check USD CAD monthly chart. Let's compress the chart. See everybody? See, now the picture is different. No, the first is the best one. Yes, it's only variable that can be controlled. Yes. Okay, so those are the bands. On Forex we have the lower band, it's okay, but the upper band, it's far away, it's 1.6. okay, so 1.6 something, there you go. Okay, so our long-term bias is up on the monthly. Okay, now I'm going to delete this, and we're going to analyze the market structure. So extension, retracement, extension, retracement so far, retracement. Okay, now this is from the monthly. Extension, retracement, extension. You can draw if you want uptrend line, and you can draw if you want another medium term uptrend line, and you can draw if you want another short term uptrend line. Okay, and you can draw another, the aggressive one. Two more, one is here if you want, and the other one is up in here. Okay, those are the trend line. It looks like gold chart. Well, what mean that you are going again? Well, that mean you are going against the trend. Victor, I don't understand your question. Okay, So I'm going to delete this one, the market broke, I'm going to delete this one, is not relevant right now, and we are going to jump from the monthly to the weekly, where the picture is going to be more or less the same, with extension, retracement, extension. Okay, now, and yes, some of you are saying, well, I have problems with USD CAD. Yes, this is not the easiest pair to analyze, okay, but short term you have extension, retracement, extension. This is the short term structure. The green one is the short term structure when the aggressive uptrend line break happened. Okay, so you have relevant highs and lows. Okay, this is the high, this is the low, this is the high, relevant high, right? And this is the relevant low. Extension, retracement, extension. The direction is long, but you are short. The short-term direction is short, Victor. The short-term direction is short, and the long-term direction is long. Both are correct. You can go short, you can go long. Okay? Now, we learn this, right? Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows. There you go. Do we agree on the green line? Do we agree that we have extension, retracement, extension? I'm not right. This is just my opinion, Victor. And we have another retracement until here. Short term. Maybe you cannot see on the weekly, but for sure you are going to see on the daily. Okay? Long-term bias is up. Why is that? Because the structure and the market and the two bands are up on the monthly. But in between, anything and everything can happen. Okay? So trade what you see. What do we see right now? Are we seeing the market making higher highs, higher lows in the market wave? Is the market making higher highs, higher lows? Structure speaking, market wave speaking. Okay? It's not, right? Now, there is a problem. We have a problem in here. Maybe when you were at home and you were analyzing this chart, we have a problem in here. What's the problem? The downtrend line was broken, right? The market broke the downtrend line, and what you are seeing right now, it's the market making higher highs, higher lows. Agreed? Maybe you are at home, the market broke the downtrend line, and the market's making higher highs, higher lows. Agreed? Yes, no, structure short, downtrend. Teacher, the market broke the downtrend line. Yes, it did. But still the market wave is down. And between, when you are comparing the forces, the market wave or the market structure is stronger than the trend line. We learned about this also. The market is making lower lows, lower highs, and you are going to monitor the downtrend with the downtrend line, and in some point in time the market is going to break, right? It's going to break this downtrend line, and you are going to go long just to see the market switching channels. The trend line break is not enough. It's a part of the indicators if you want to enter the trade, right? But it's not enough. Okay, so this is a retracement trade if you look at the green structure. But the higher time frame control the smaller time frame. Victor, yes sir, but most likely you don't have trillions of dollars to put your stop loss, right? You are absolutely right, the higher time frame, but do you have $10 million to enter long and to put your stop loss down here? What's the difference in pips? 132, 119, so what is this? 4,000 pips. And this is the wrong stop loss because this is on the monthly chart, this is the extension, this is the retracement. And the market can retrace until here, so your stop loss should be at 0.90. We are talking about what? 50,000 pips stop loss. You are right, Victor, in theory, right? But in practice we have, right? Small traders have $100, $1,000, medium traders have 10,000, 50,000, large traders have 100,000, $500,000, right? Bigger traders have 1 million, 5 million, 20 million, and so on and so on. So the more risk capital you have, everybody, the easier this game is starting to be, because you can allow to put your stop loss down here, risking 1%, but not with a small account. So even though the concepts are correct and you are right, we cannot afford many times to put our stop loss down there. Do we agree on that, everybody? Yes, but the last piece is down again. Yes, it's true. Any Stoyan says price has started making lower lows and lower highs after an attempt to break short-term structure. High probability is short there. Yes, sir. Congratulations, Stoyan. I agree with you. Okay. So what happened? The market is not making higher highs, higher lows anymore, but it's making lower lows, lower highs. Okay. I'm going to delete this and delete this. So higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs until here, and then lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. We have a lower high. So the short-term view, if you are going to trade what you see, right? And some of you are correct, this pair, it's a mess, everybody. In the sense of it's difficult to understand it because you have lower lows, lower highs, but in an uptrend line. Okay, so I understand you when you say, oh, I have difficulties on trading USD CAD, Euro New Zealand, AUD CAD, whatever. Okay, I understand you. And this is where you need to understand what has the greater force. Who is stronger? Is stronger the trend line, right? And of course, there are no guarantees. We are just talking about a high probability entry, right? Now, I'm short, right? I shorted the market on the 4-hour chart, and the market is going against me. If I'm going to put my stop loss or here, or here, or here, I have an 80% chance of being stopped out. Especially on Friday when, if the news is going to be good for the US dollar, then the market is going to stop me out. So I need to use the knowledge from market wave and structure. My stop loss should be up in here. This should be somewhere up in here. Okay, and this is not right or wrong. Every stop loss, passion, but I don't have enough capital. Well, you shouldn't enter this trade from the monthly chart, right? I'm not talking about from the daily or 2 hours, 1 hour. We are going to check. But if you don't have enough capital to put your stop loss up here, above market structure, above the market wave, above the end of the retracement, right? I mean extension, up here it's extension, retracement. Okay, then you shouldn't have entered on the weekly chart. But the most importantly, everybody, psychologically speaking, this way of thinking happens on all time frames. It doesn't matter if you are on the weekly. If you are doing the wrong things on the 2 hours, 1 hour chart, you are forming bad trading habits. Okay? And again, you can accept what we are teaching you, you can reject, no problem. Okay? So, short term, and we can draw, right? We can draw downtrend line, black. There you go. Now, we are going to move on the daily chart. Let's compress the chart. For the one who wants to go long, why would you go long? Long term, yes, but trade what you see, what you are seeing on the daily chart. The short-term trend on the weekly is structure on the daily. So daily, what is the daily doing? Lower lows, lower highs, extension, higher highs, higher lows, retracement, lower lows, lower highs, another extension, higher highs, higher lows, another retracement. Right? Now, to be fair, yes, of course, you can go long, but the train has left the building. The long trade, the retracement trade on the black down structure on the daily chart, this was the entry. The train has left the station. Please, Passion, if you put just above the downtrend line, I think the market is following downtrend structure. If you put just above the downtrend line. Silas, I agree with you, but I'm not sure what is following. Oh, this trend line, the downtrend line. Well, maybe yes. So, trade what you see, everybody. Why did I short the market? Just to show you. I showed the market. Why? Because it happened the counter trend line breaking here, and we are in a down structure, and the market on the daily chart now, it's not making any more higher highs, higher lows. Guess what it's making? It made a lower low, lower high. And the violet, the first high and the first low is extension, and I know that the market can go up until here on the daily. And even further, if the black line is structure on the daily, the market can go further up. The market can even break the downtrend line, but until it breaks this high, I'm still short. Passion, can I go long? Yes, you can. Just remember that you are taking a high risk trade. Technically speaking, we are in a downtrend, we should not enter long. Well, it depends on your scale. If you are entering from the monthly chart, then you can enter long, but you are going to have different structures, different entries, different stop loss levels. Oh, the other one. So, which one? This one? Okay, I'm going to delete a few things, everybody. Delete. Okay, so if I don't have enough capital, guess where my stop loss should go on the daily chart? My stop loss should go up in here. And if you don't have enough capital, everybody, Okay, if you don't have enough money, you are trading just for the sake of trading. I'm sorry to tell you. Okay, it's not that you aren't going to win. You are going to win, but you are going also lose. So you are going to trade for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, you know, and still going nowhere. Unfortunately, capital is one of the relevant things before you end. This is a business, right? So if you have $100 or €100 account, you cannot trade on the daily. You can't, because, oh, but I can put my stop loss up in here. Yes, but you are going to risk what? 10-20%. And because sometimes the market just go in the opposite direction and is going to stop you out, and you are going to have a drawdown of 20-30%. Guess what? And we talked about this. Guess what your brain is going to do, and your emotions? Then you are not going to have trading and technical problems. You are going to have psychological problems. Problem is a bad word, not problems. You are going to have psychological challenges. You know? Oh, I'm going to earn back 20%. Yes, your volume, your trading volume just decreased. If you are going from $1,000 to 800, or from $10,000 to 8,000, your volume, your entry volume, how many lots, right, are you going to trade, just diminished. And what does the trader do? Experience a drawdown and enters with big volume, with a bigger volume. And this is a sure way to do what? To lose the account. Okay? Yeah, I know. Truth hurts, right? Better to be truthful and tell you what it is, like it is, everybody. And of course you have different teachers and different mentors and different educational companies that are going to tell you otherwise, you know. But this is, for me, if you ask me, this is common sense. The other, in the monthly chart, the downtrend line, let's see, the monthly chart, this one, still has, I have a 20 seconds delay. Is this one on the monthly chart, this downtrend line? Yes. Okay, this downtrend line is wrong. This is the downtrend line, this one. This trend line here, this is wrong. What is a trend line? We have a lesson about this. Trend line is a tool that confirms the trend. So this one is wrong, everybody. Decrease the angle in relation horizontal axis. Well, I don't have any other choice. Well, this is wrong, okay? This is wrong and this is the right one. Trend lines are tools that confirm the trend. Okay? Okay, let's go back on the daily. So if you want, you can go long, no problem. Now let's go on the 2-hour chart. 2-hour chart. There you go. You're going to have the same, similar, right? Structure, most likely the same as on the daily. Extension, retracement, extension, retracement. This trend line is correct until we don't have a high correct. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Or a lower low. If the market is going to make a lower low, then we are going to move the trend line like this. But we don't have a lower low so far. Okay, so let me see. Extension retracement. Well, the picture is the same. Okay. Any questions on USD CAD before we move on Canada JPY? Any questions? Passion, I don't agree with you. We should go long. No problem. No problem. There is no right or wrong. No problem. You can go long if you want. No questions. Okay, so Miguel is asking on Canada JPY. Canada JPY. Canada JPY. On the monthly chart first. Let's wait. Okay, those are the bands. Lower band, it's here. The upper band is here. Okay, this is another one, not the easiest pair to trade. Extension, retracement, extension, retracement. Okay, and from the weekly, up structure, down structure. So trade what you see. What do you see, everybody? Do you see the market making higher highs, higher lows, or do you see the market making lower lows, lower highs? And what do we have here? We have a beautiful bearish candlestick formation. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Bullish candle, indecision candle, and bearish candle. The white one is the retest, and now the market is falling. So trade what you see. What do you see? And similarly to the USD CAD, long term, we're talking about long term, we're talking about years on the monthly chart. Long term, this pair is up, but if you want to trade what you see as a trader, lower lows. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Canada JPY is short at this point in time. You had the uptrend line break. Let's do it like this, and I'm going to delete this one, this one, this one, leave this one. Okay, and you have a downtrend line if you want, and the market's making lower lows, lower highs. This one is the higher high, maybe. Downtrend, yes. Now we're going to jump from the monthly to the weekly, where the picture is going to be more or less the same, and we are going to use the same logic, right? And even on a smaller scale, daily, 4 hour chart, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, right? Why is the market falling? Well, this is predictable. This is predictable. I don't know on the weekly, maybe you don't have a counter trend line on the weekly, but most likely you are going to have a counter trend line on the smaller time frames. Maybe not the daily, we're going to check, but for sure there is a counter trend line on the 2 hour chart, on the 4 hour chart. Okay, short the market. The market's making lower lows, lower highs, right? There is anything to tell you, there is nothing to that is telling you to go long, everybody. Maybe from the monthly chart just the bands, but there is nothing in here to say to you, oh, this market is going to rise, right? We should go long. The market's making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. And even the yellow market structure, the market wave is down. It's making relevant highs, relevant lows. So yes, Miguel, this currency pair is short right now. Now we're going to jump on the daily and see, right? And we're going to adjust our uptrend line, so this is the correct uptrend line. And look here, everybody, the market is breaking the counter trend line. So looks like that on the smaller scale is going to make lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and possibly make a new extension. And of course, this is speculation right now. But again, you don't have anything to tell you otherwise. And if you want, you can draw a downtrend line. Questions? Is anybody in here who does not agree? Right? Is anybody here who does not agree? No, let's go long. You have whatever. Right? But you need, everybody, you need to learn how to spatially see the market wave. Because similarly to the USD CAD and GBP NZD, if you are here, you could be thinking, oh, the market is making higher highs, higher lows, right? And you would enter long as a beginner trader. Let's color code this in what? Yellow. Okay, you would enter, this would be your counter trend line break, and you would enter long in here and you would lose. And you would be angry and pissed off at everybody, right? Oh man, this market is just impossible to understand, and I entered in the right place. You know, maybe you entered in the right place, but wrong configuration. The market is not up, the market is in a structural downtrend. It's clear downtrend. Miguel, do you have any questions? Any questions so far? So what we are expecting, right? We are expecting here the market to do. And of course, you need to understand stop loss and everything. What else can you expect? You can expect that something is going to happen in here, because the market is going to hit past support, right? So the market is going to hit past support, then it's going to retrace, we don't know until where, and then if it's going to break another counter trend line, you can go short again if you want. Okay, now if the market is going to hit past support and start moving up, breaking the downtrend line and break structure high, then we need to reverse our positions. The market is not going to be in a structural downtrend anymore, but is going to resume the extension from the monthly and from the weekly. Right? Do you remember the picture, everybody? I don't have the picture right now, but there is a picture I shared with you, and it's showing how the monthly controls the weekly and the daily, right? Now let's jump briefly on the 2-hour chart. 2-hour chart, I'm going to delete a few things, delete. Let's see. So structure is the same from the daily, right? Extensions, retracement, market making higher highs, higher low, extension, making lower lows, lower highs, retracement, and reversed again, right? Market reversed, making lower lows, lower highs, higher lows, and now again lower lows, lower highs. So on the smaller scale, if you want, on the smaller scale, now we are on the 2-hour chart, this is going to be extension, retracement, and extension. Until where? Well, we don't know. We can assume that until somewhere, until here, right? And you are going to have a new extension. And guess what the market is going to do? If nothing is going to change fundamentally, the market is going to retrace again, retracement, maybe somewhere in here, right? Past resistance levels, past resistance, right? Past resistance, and somewhere in between is going to break the counter trend line and continue to fall if nothing is going to change fundamentally. And the market is going to continue, is going to keep doing this until on the monthly, or better to check on the weekly, is going to fall until when? Until it's going to start making higher highs, higher lows on the weekly chart, right? So it's going to be end of the retracement from the bigger time frame, and then the bias is going to be up. Miguel says no thanks. Okay, for the ones who are asking, you go on to Amazon.com and write Forex freedom, and in the first page you are not going to find it, and write Forex Freedom Kindle, Forex Freedom Kindle. So chapter futures, stock market, how to build passive options, Forex Freedom, not this one, this is not me. Strategy, Forex beginners, day trading, Forex. Let's go on page number 2, and there you go. You're going to find Forex Freedom, new to a 2019 edition. Break free of the bonds that are holding you back. Okay? Me and my friend Roger, we wrote this book. It's all about psychology. Okay? If you have problems about the psychological part of trading, you can buy this book, no problem. Hopefully it's going to help you. Okay everybody, our time is up. Rakesh is coming on the stage. See you back tomorrow. And remember, stay strong and trade with passion. This is FXPassion signing off.